here with the Esky Nano that I just bought the other day, got it in the mail. This is the Esky's coaxial, small, they call it a pocket helicopter. I just wanted to do a quick review on what I thought of it. I'm not going to show you taking it out of the package because I hate reviews that they show you unboxing it. Okay, thanks, I know how to do that. Appreciate you showing me how, but I think I can handle that. Anyway, so we unboxed it. Comes with the radio. It comes with 4 batteries. These are rechargeables, which I recommend you buy. It's going to need 4 batteries because it only comes with 4, as you probably read on the other reviews. These 4 in the charger are the ones that came with it. Very simple design. You basically plug in the battery into here. You see the flashing lights. When it's red, that means it's charging, and when it turns green, that means that it is charged up and ready to go. So we'll just leave that there to charge for a minute. Comes with extra blades, A and B. I've flown it. My first impression was horrible. It leaned backwards like this and sat there, and when I tried to lift off, it would flop to one side. So I looked at the manual and read through it, which is partly in English, I should say Chinglish, and the other one is truly Chinese. Well, I tried to fly it. It didn't work very well at all. So I began looking at it, and this piece here, the swash plate, was actually disjointed from the upper half of the swash plate. So it's the 2 halves, and I'll show you a picture right now of the 2 pieces that I'm talking about. They were actually separated. So I just bought some simple super glue, took off the top blade, which you do from a small screw at the bottom, and you can lift out the inner shaft. The outer shaft, you basically unclip the links, and there's 2 screws on the side. You can use the screwdriver that came with it to unscrew them, and this lifts up, which gives you enough room. If you just pull this swash plate holder in the front, you just pull it out a little bit, it'll pop off and slide up so you can have some room to work with it. To get the body off, okay, there's a pin here with a rubber piece on it. You pull the rubber piece off and this pin slides out. Then the helicopter itself won't, you have to take the blades off, okay, to get this to slide out of the bottom of the helicopter. Alright, this whole piece will slide out of the bottom. Anyway, so once I super glued it back together, I noticed that it was flying a lot better. Okay, it was responsive. I could get it to work, but it's still, when it lifted off into the air, it would want to turn this way and lean this way. So it has on it, on the radio itself, all right, is small buttons down here below the throttle and the aileron control. These are actually adjustments. Now if you listen closely, there, I've reached the end. When it makes that long beep, I've reached the end. Now, there's no way to tell where it is. There's no graph, there's no anything else. But if you count how many times you can do it, alright, so I was able to hit it 24, 25 times. So if you want it in the middle, just go back 12 or half of 25. So there's no half from 25 really. So I used 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now I know that the rudder is now centered, alright, and that's really the only way to tell. So if I were to fly this and it needed some adjustment, I could adjust it, but I wouldn't know exactly where it is because there's no graph. You can do the same with the rest of these. What they recommend in the book, though, is that for the elevator, that this is completely down. Alright, all the way to the bottom. When you first spool this up, the battery's charged now, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. When I first got it out of the package, the bottom rotor would turn. You slide the battery in this way from the back. Okay. Oh, there's a video out there that says if you push the battery too far forward, that this 5-in-1 controller will actually lean forward. Okay, it'll lean this way, and it'll put pressure on the servos, and they won't work properly. That design they have fixed. Okay, so this, you can't push it any more forward than what it is, unless of course you want to break it. So that design has been fixed, and with the newer Nano you don't have to worry about that. Alright, anyway, let's move this stuff out of the way, and I will show you. Now you notice that the top rotor is spinning and the bottom one isn't. Okay, I just barely have any throttle on it. Okay, you'll notice that it's turning around in a circle. If I give it more throttle though, however, the bottom rotor blades start spinning, and they're both working now. Alright. So, again, my review was that it did need a little playing with. The left link from the servo had to go down a half a turn because it kept wanting to fly to the right constantly. So I looked at it, and there was really no way to tell whether this swash plate was actually level or not. The book talks about, hey, it's got to be level. Okay, well, when you look at this thing, it's really hard to tell what's level. You can't go off the body because the body could be tilted front, right, left, or front, back, left, or right, and it's just a bad point of view to see whether it is level or not. So my suggestion to you is that when you get it out, try to fly it. If it leans left or right, adjust these two front links, alright, a half a turn at a time, and try again until it stops going left and right. If you have the problem with the tail spinning around, again, you can use your rudder adjustment, alright, on the radios to keep it from doing that. One thing I did notice, that when I flew it, the 5-in-1 controller gyro was very sensitive. It was set high, which means that when it flies, the tail wiggles back and forth really fast and ever so slightly. Okay, it's not a slow exaggerated wag, it's a real fast, I mean really fast, this almost vibration. That just means that the gyro is set too high. There's no way to turn it down that I could see in the manual. So you just have to live with it. Okay? But basically everything out of the box comes, it's ready to fly with a few adjustments. One thing I can tell you is that the body, if it's cocked a little bit to the left or the right, which it can do on its own, so let's say if I crash it on its side, I might shift this body to where the body now, right here, this lip is caught on this link, and you heard that. You heard that little crack? Let me try to do it again. You hear that? Okay. So what I would suggest doing is to cut a small piece out of the top of the body so that the links don't hit the body. When the links hit the body, they can't move, and you're going to lose control of your helicopter. Alright, the small, I'm looking around my table here, oh, there it is. There's very, very, very small tubes, rubber tubes that slide onto this metal piece to actually keep it in place. It's great, but what happens if you lose a little rubber piece? So if you're going to take these off, make sure you do it on a flat table and you take these off and put them somewhere safe, because if you lose them, this bar is just going to slide right out and the body's going to flop around. The other thing I did notice too was that like I said, originally the bottom rotors were turning only, and that's because I had to adjust my radio, alright, so that everything was centered and that my throttle was all the way down. Okay, once I did that, the top rotor blade started spinning, and then after, you saw in the video that the bottom one started spinning, and it will then lift off. But all in all, it's a great little helicopter. I love it. It flies really nice. It is kind of hard to control, and I think that's because it's so small, and because it has two separate motors controlling the top and the bottom. And unlike a T-Rex, where you have one motor and it controls the tail through a belt or a drive gear, you're going to get some inconsistencies between the two motors. That's just the nature of the beast. So along with the MCP that has a motor sticking out of the back for the tail rotor, you're going to get some inconsistencies with that, because one motor maybe not be spinning as fast as the other, or the timing may be a little off. But all in all, it's a great little helicopter. Again, I would suggest getting rechargeable batteries, and it only comes with 4, so you're going to want one. You're going to want 4 for this and 4 for the radio. The other thing I noticed too is that this can plug into a 12-volt power supply, volts at 1500 milliamps. So if you have an old DC 12-volt charger adapter laying around, you can just plug it in and use that instead of the batteries. But charge time is about half an hour for a fully drained battery. Plug it in about a half hour later, when it's running off the batteries, it will charge. It might be faster with 12 volts, I'm not sure. The other thing is that when you get it, you will have to charge the battery. The battery does not come charged. When the battery is low, you'll notice that it surges up and down like this. Okay, you can have the throttle set to halfway and it be hovering, and it'll start surging, and you'll hear it go like that. That means the battery is low. There's really no alarm on here, so when it starts doing that, bring it down and charge the battery. Anyway, that's all I got, and that's my review. I would, again, just to sum this all up, it's a great helicopter, definitely worth the money. And you can fly it in the house comfortably. It hovers very nicely. There's a video out there that Xheli put out that shows it hands-off hovering. I haven't quite got there yet, but I think with a few more adjustments it will definitely do that. Like I said, it's hard to tell whether my swash plate's level, so it might be a little off. Plus, with the gyro set so high and it wagging back and forth, that might be causing a problem too. But it's definitely worth the money. I would buy one and keep it around and play and have fun. Thanks for watching.